Well, good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's toy review. Remember, I showed you this amazing Welsh Chinese dragon puppet thing that I showed you in the previous video. Well, guess what? I've actually made another one, but it's going to be a totally different Chinese dragon. You might as well just wait until you see what I've got. Well, as Thomas is actually pulling a small, or let's just say a short goods train, seeing that? Well, it looks like he's doing a bit of hard work. Don't tell me about that because, hey, who knows? Cinders and ashes. You mean dragons? Of course there will be dragons. Why wouldn't there be? Okay, going back to the Welsh dragon that I reviewed in a previous video, what I really liked about this model was that, what I really like is, of course, the head. You know, you get various different designs on the dragon puppets that we've got for this year today. It's a little bit too early for Chinese New Year because we've just gone past Halloween time and we're coming up towards Christmas. But just to let you know, I actually won't be making any Christmas products for my toy reviews today because, well, actually this year, because I'm actually going to fully concentrate on Chinese New Year. Which will be like next year, the horse year, or some people call it the pony year. It's going to be very big. But hey, lo and behold, is somewhere on the other side is it a dragon or is it a dachshund? Could be a dog-dragon hybrid. What is that thing there? Found you, what is that? That looks quite pretty strange. Almost looks like a cross between a dog and a dragon. How cool is that? Let's drag on. Sorry for the pun. This puppy here. Look how long this thing is. What an amazing looking toy. Pretty impressive. But yes, it's not that expressive. It's not that, well, let's just say, I don't know what to really think of, but this dog dragon thing looks quite strange considering the ears do look a little bit weird. It almost looks like a Doberman, going by the head structure than a Dachshund. Mind you, if it was a Dachshund, it would have had its ears flopped, a little bit like Falcor from the Neverending World. Is that the film title? Have I got correct? I'm not sure if it is. But this actually reminds me of Falcor from, or is it Drampa from Pokemon? That's what I'm probably guessing here. So, it's got like a dog-looking head. Probably a Doberman, but I'll probably call it the Dachshund dragon because of its long body. And also, on that colorization, it actually does look quite very interesting indeed. I know it's a little bit bland, but it's meant to resemble both a dog and a dragon, so it's pretty much a Dachshund dragon hybrid. So it's got the tail on the back, like so. Like with so many other Chinese dragons that I've reviewed, it's got a very swishy looking tail at the back, which is what I really like. As obvious as the sounds, it's quite nice, isn't it? It would be quite very tricky to, make flip-flop to create a dragon that actually has 3 sticks so that other people can straightforward dance the dragon. You know, a bit of a Chinese New Year sort of vibe onto it, but hey, it's kind of nice. But let me show you a nice comparison of what I really like about the dragons that I did so far this year versus the dragons that I've done during 2022, and unfortunately I can't find the dragons that I've made during 2022. They might have actually been stored inside of a box of somewhere. I feel like I've actually had a massive collection of Chinese dragons somehow, if you ask me. But what was really nice was that although they do look seemingly different, was that, it seems like that comparing to 2022, what I really like about this versus the other ones that I've made was that you actually get various different head detailings, different head designs. Quite a fancy way of looking at it, hey? And if I did a comparison between the Welsh Dragon and the Dachshund, you can see that the Welsh Dragon is in fact a tad longer. So the red thing looks a little bit more like, man, half of the time I'd say, hey, this thing looks more like a snake than a dragon. Although Chinese dragons are meant to be serpentine-like, aren't they? They have long bodies, hence the Chinese character long. Good pun, eh? Again, like with the Welsh Dragon, I can actually see a lot of overpainting on the sticks. Maybe I could just paint the sticks brown and paint this one red, so that hopefully they can make themselves a lot much more cleaner than what I would have presumed. But nevertheless, it is quite a nice interpretation of what I presume to be both a Welsh dragon and a dachshund. So that's quite nice to know, even though the dachshund actually looks a lot much more, it actually looks a little bit more like a Doberman with a dachshund's body and with dragon ears. I don't know if dragons have bat ears and then dragons have whiskers. Maybe on a Chinese dragon, yes, definitely, but not maybe on a dog-headed Chinese dragon is what I would probably describe. Quite a very weird. It's not that Oriental, if you ask me. It doesn't have that vibe. I mean, to me, they don't really seem to have that much Orientalism. Although I definitely think the Welsh dragon is definitely closer to how I think of it, because hey, just because it's a dragon puppet, I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly Chinese or Oriental or Asian in general. It doesn't have to be it. You can just create whatever dragon you might as well create. You know, I could make Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, or Spyro, you know, from, you know, the purple dragon from these video games that he stars in. It doesn't even freaking matter. So, yes, it's quite nice. And, of course, it's not that repetitive than what I've seen so far. But looking at the paint job on this dragon, if I turn the model on both sides, the eye detailing, I would say it's not that great. But, yes, it does have that characteristic design of what I would probably presume as some sort of dog-dragon hybrid, although I definitely think it's missing a bit of paint there. It's a little bit, yeah, it's the same syndrome of the Welsh dragon. Like, if you look at this one here, yes. But, nevertheless, I've actually noticed that these dragons actually appear a little bit bigger than the ones that I reviewed back in 2022. So, yes, this 3-year gap of making model dragons doesn't seem too bad at all. So, hey, I feel like we must have dragged on, sorry for the pun, for the size of the dragons of what they are like, I suppose, hey? Well, I'm actually going to vlog at this part of the video. As I said earlier on before, I won't be making that much new videos throughout my YouTube channel. And, of course, I know it's a little bit sad, but you got to really understand why I've actually decided to do a small toy review. So that was only just a little bit of a short, sharp toy review, running for at least about, I don't know, 7 minutes, possibly 8 minutes as I'm vlogging here. But yes, just to let you know, I won't be making that much new videos. Maybe I could only just stick to just make one video a day than just having to make 1 or 2. I mean, I will still be able to make as much videos as I can, but not as much as, let's just say, in the previous month so far. Who knows, I might as well just straightforward skip November and then straightforward focus on December. Maybe that could potentially fail again. I mean, what's the point of me just trying to make a video and then all of a sudden, hey, boom, I might as well just straightforward give, 2 months a pass and then just wait for another month or so, and or even in this case, wait until January of 2026 and things will get better. Well, who knows? I'm just straightforward predicting like a complete loony. But anyways, if you really enjoyed in this toy review, apart from the complete doubts that I've been straightforward pondering right over in my head, if you really enjoyed this toy review, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more flat toy reviews in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Hope this toy review didn't drag on, no pun intended, and bye for now.